Today's guest is the Cardinals 2024 fourth round pick, Ryan Campos. Growing up in Mesa, Arizona, Ryan went to Red Mountain High School where he batted .425. He then attended Arizona State these past 3 seasons. This past season, he batted .364 with an OPS over 1,000. He was a Rawlings third team All-American and led all of Division I catchers in batting average. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Cardinals, Ryan Campos. How you doing, man?
Good man, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Very good. So yeah, it's probably been a very busy last few days, last week for you. Are you holding up okay?
Yeah, it's been busy for sure, but it's been nice, man. I'm happy to kind of have that in the rear and just get back to baseball, man.
Exactly. Today we're going to talk about your childhood growing up, high school ball, college ball at Arizona State, goals for the future here. But let's start it at the very beginning. Tell us a little bit about your background, your family, and all that.
Yeah, I grew up in Mesa, AZ, really close to ASU. Grew up loving ASU. Wanted to go there. Both my parents went there. Both my parents are teachers. Just decided to stay local, and got the opportunity to play there pretty late. My senior year, I got an offer from ASU, and I took it. And yeah, I mean, it was the best decision of my life. So yeah, I mean, always played baseball. Pretty much always been a catcher, and yeah, man. I mean, pretty tight knit family. Everyone's at home. So I still live at home actually when I was in college. So
Right on.
I got lucky. Man. I got to stay over here pretty much my whole college career.
So coming out of high school, I mentioned the numbers a little bit of what you had in high school. Absolutely dominated that level. You stayed home at Arizona State, but did you have other offers? Was there other teams or other schools looking at you that you kind of had to weigh those options?
Yeah, so I was actually, funny enough, I was committed to U of A for probably 4 years
Oh wow.
under Coach Johnson when he was there, and he left for LSU pretty late, and so that was like when kind of the whole like I decided to reopen all that stuff, and yeah, I mean once ASU because that was about the same time that Coach Bloomquist just got the job over at ASU, and so he connected with me, and I mean I as soon as I went there, like I didn't even have to talk to him to know I wanted to go there. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean once he called, it was kind of game over. So yeah, it was pretty much just U of A and ASU, but yeah.
I was gonna say, obviously a ridiculously good college career in only 3 years, correct?
Yes sir, yeah.
So it had to have been a dream come true staying in Arizona. I saw a stat earlier today that blew my mind. Reaching base in 137 of 147 games. Is that correct?
Sounds about right.
So to do that, I'm gonna look forward to watching you play moving forward here. But I assume you take the approach, kind of that old school approach, other than current players, where it's just swing as hard as you can. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's credit to my dad. That's kind of the way I was always taught to hit, just to make the defense work.
Yeah.
Kind of limit the strikeouts, stuff like that. So yeah, I guess you could say that.
Growing up, was catcher always the number one position for you? Because I'm going to tell you right now, and you know it better than me. Catcher is not always the prettiest position to be at. So was that always your number one position?
Pretty much, man. I mean, I always played infield, like corner infield, like third, not really first base, but third base, second base, outfield and stuff. I definitely still played other positions, but I think catcher was always like what I really like to do. And
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's kind of what I like about it. Like I like that it's like I like going home from games like just like exhaust, like mentally drained and stuff. Like I like thinking along with it. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's the part I love.
I mean, you have more of an impact on the game than anybody else. But you had an amazing college career these last 3 years. Again, only 3 years. You had another option, I guess, to go back for a fourth. Did you have to weigh that decision with going back for your senior year? And what made you ultimately decide to go into the draft?
Yeah, I think definitely. I thought about it. I mean, I love ASU. I mean, I grew up, going to Packard, our old stadium, watching games there, and it was tough for me. I've built some great relationships over there, and I'll definitely still be in tune with the program moving forward. But I think once I got the opportunity with the Cardinals, I think it was a no-brainer, obviously. So
Hmm. Yeah. Did you feel like now looking back on your college career, do you feel like you've accomplished everything you wanted to accomplish? Do you feel I mean, obviously you're happy with your decision being a St. Louis Cardinal, but do you feel like there was more that you could have done, or how do you feel about that?
man, I'm kind of a hard critic on myself. I definitely think there's always more I could have done. I mean, I work my tail off, so I mean, I can rest easy knowing I did everything I could off field. Obviously we would have liked to, win a couple more, get a couple more regionals under our belts, and make it to World Series and things like that. But I think sometimes the game just is the way it is, and you know, it's a weird game at times. So
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with the work I put in, and you know, I can live with the results, knowing what I did to help the team. So
Moving ahead to arguably the most exciting day of your life, draft day. This is a question I've been wanting to ask you ever since you agreed to hop on here. What does the whole draft day process look like? Is it a waiting game? Are you talking to different teams? Does Mo give you a call? How does that all go down?
yeah, I mean, so I was just kind of chilling with the family. I didn't really do anything. I know guys like that, like draft parties and stuff like that. I
Yep,
was just
yep.
here, just like another day with me and my family. And yeah, I mean, I was just hanging around. The second day was kind of the day I was expecting to go. So the first day I
Hmm.
was just kind of watching, just like as a fan. And then yeah, the second day it was a little more stressful because I was getting a little more calls, and like trying to decide things, and not on my end, but just kind of like just hear them and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they made me sweat it out a little bit, that's for sure. But it was cool when as soon as it went on the TV, the area guy for the Cardinals, Scott Cousins, gave me a call.
So right when he gives you the call, do you tell the people around you? Do you tell the fam, or do you keep it a secret till it pops on TV?
Yeah, I was keeping it low key, man. I was just keeping it to myself, and then my mom was actually pissed at me because I was like not telling her anything. I'd get off a phone call
Yeah.
and she'd be like, "What was it?" I'm like, nothing," and she was getting mad because she likes to know everything that's going on at all
Yeah.
times. So,
Yeah.
but I think it was nice that I did that because it was a little more like a draft day type feel.
Yes. Yes. Um, Baseball is a little different than basketball and football in the matter of the draft is in the middle of the season. So it's a quick turnaround for you. What is the next steps here if you know any? I have a couple of the other draft picks coming on these next few weeks. I don't know how familiar you are with them. I guess we can start there. How familiar are you with John and all these other guys drafted?
Yeah, so I actually don't know them yet. I mean, I've heard of them. I'm pretty good friends with Cade McGee. I think he was ninth round pick. Um, we grew up
Yep.
playing travel ball
Yep.
together, so yeah, I know him. But the other guys I've just heard of and watch from afar. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I fly in Monday. Actually, a lot of the guys fly in today or yesterday, and they do all their stuff today. Um, but I'm officiating my sister's wedding on a Saturday, so I have to fly in
Oh
on.
wow,
Yeah, I gotta wait till Monday to get over there to get with the boys. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what
my
what the plan
goodness.
is, but I'm just ready to get to work.
Yeah. So yeah, again, I'm new to all this. So do you fly to St. Louis with all the guys? Do you all meet here? Where do you go?
So I think we fly to Jupiter, and then
Okay.
yeah, to the complex, and then yeah, once we get there, I think we just get to work. I mean, I'm not sure to the extent of what the plan is, but I know everyone's just gonna be on the complex for like a week or two, and I guess from there they decide. So yeah.
Yep. Again, quick turnaround for you, but kind of taking a look to the future. Are there any goals that you are setting during this like week and a half, time away from the game? Is there any goals that you're setting for the future, and if so, what are they?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously long term, I want to win a World Series. I mean, I mean that's what everyone, you come to St. Louis, they're expected to win. So, I
Yeah.
think that's my expectation. I don't really have any personal accolades. I mean, obviously, I want to, play well and do things like that. But I think more so than anything, I just want to, be a good teammate and be, a consistent guy every day. Be someone that the other guys can rely on. And, at the end of the day, it's about wins and losses. So, whatever I
Yep.
can do to help us win at any capacity, I think that's my goal.
Well, I can tell you firsthand, and I can speak for all of Cardinals Nation. We are very excited to have you part of the organization. Can't wait to see your progress throughout the years. Hopefully, see you in St. Louis sooner than later. But thank you so much for joining us, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.